Yeah, because I guess, because we're not really doing anything with a ton of movement, so as long as the audio quality's okay, that'll
Yeah.
that'll do. So, yep, sorry about that, guys.
Anyway, back to the tour.
I'll leave that to you guys.
Right, should that be the case? Again, Rugan will head down towards the sensor array, as was said.
I do believe you'll be quite impressed with what we have here. We have an outfit that would shame most ships of larger size.
Yeah, it is quite impressive. The Fleming doesn't really have much like this.
I think that's an understatement, Lieutenant.
Again, the Hadfield is one of the more advanced ships in the fleet right now. As it stands, well, for the most part, we've just been out here to see what we can see as it is. And we need all the equipment to see as much as we're able.
And suppose Rugan will head on over, and again, should probably, I guess, sorry. In case
You roboting.
absolutely, when that happens.
Don't worry, gato, Mr. Roboto.
Sorry. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Can people hear me well?
Yep.
There we go.
Right, perfect. Rugan is going to head over and give the basic rundown of the sensor arrays, all the new and shiny bits that Hadfield's got.
Mm-hmm.
The proper tour and all that.
So what are you trying to do?
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Rugan said he's giving the base, just a basic rundown of all of the sensors.
Yeah, so the sensors on the Hadfield are, it's I almost don't want to say it's that they're advanced. It's just that it's like you've packed the sensing power of a ship twice its size in this small space. Because that's really the impressive thing about the Nova class. Is that it's got a lot of power in a very tiny space.
It amazes me that a ship of this size can harbor such advanced sensory equipment.
Before I'd come aboard, I would not have believed it either.
It's amazing this ship can generate enough power to power these sensors.
Well, we have quite the impressive crew keeping her running, I must say.
And Sarah's just kind of looking around at the sensors, touching a screen here or there.
Right, well, once we're finished going over everything in the sensor area, Rugan is going to lead her back towards where KJ was, and
well, we should be able to continue the tour with the security areas.
So, as you guys are going to go down to security, I'm actually going to cut over to Volok in engineering as this grumpy little Tellarite walks into your engineering room.
Gonna have a meeting of space elves and space dwarves.
Mm-hmm. And he walks past you grumbling, and he just takes out the pad, sort of shoves. He doesn't even look at you, just sort of shoves it in your face and goes, "Authorization."
I'll take the pad.
And continues, and he walks over towards the computer core. This is sort of the engineering console that'll hook him to the computer core. And he just, sort of waddles over and he sits down. He starts tapping at the keys, or tapping at the L cars.
Going to just go up behind him, just kind of grab his shoulder for a moment. Can you give me 1 moment to read this over first?
Make it snappy.
Just gonna quickly peruse through. See the same as the captain did earlier.
Yeah, it's the same as the captain had earlier. Again, slightly overkill in terms of authorization.
Very well. Proceed. I'll just basically watch over his shoulder to see what's going on.
And it looks like he's accessing records of sort of 2 of the most recent events that involved Romulans on the Hadfield, that being the events of like 4 or 5 days ago, and the Hadfield's encounter with the Romulan black site.
Let's see.
And he seems to have another pad out in his hand, and he seems to be transferring some stuff. Actually, he doesn't have a pad. I'm sorry. He has like a small... I should have mentioned this. He has like a box. He has like a little box that he hooks up into the console.
And what, pray tell, are you doing there?
I'm offloading all the necessary data.
Do I recognize this box at all, or?
Give me Insight Engineering, difficulty 1.
Alright. Actually have to open up the sheet there.
Yes. You actually have to open up the sheet so that you can roll.
Sorry, I was getting into the roleplay then.
Okay, get a momentum. You've seen this kind of thing before. It's kind of a standard, standard Starfleet data storage device.
Gotcha.
It's, it's like an external hard drive.
Yeah. Alright. Yep, I'll just, I suppose, continue to observe.
And yeah, he just continues going at it, just not even giving anyone around him a second thought. And if you're not going to do anything else, then we're going to go back to the security personnel.
Yep.
And I assume where's Jueza going to show the lieutenant around?
We'll start on the bridge, showing him the tactical display, or her. And as I show, the tactical display, you kind of get this sense that maybe giving you a little bit of a cold shoulder reception, as I don't exactly trust you. And so yeah, it's just showing you it's like, these are the displays, this is where we scan for targets, this is where we acquire, and this is where we fire. Any questions?
Seems pretty standard, Chief.
Absolutely it is. Now, moving along, as I take you to the turbo lift to take you down to security station.
And I follow.
And we then go into security, where I assume I have some underlings doing whatever it is they do. Here we have a small security center where we can marshal our forces should we ever have any kind of security issues on the ship. I run my security through their paces at all times, maintaining a high level of expectation for all my personnel.
What is your security complement, Chief?
That's a good
Actually,
question.
I think
What is
I think Valak actually might know.
Yeah, one sec here.
Yeah, because as I've said, Valak went through the monumental task of creating NPC names for the entire Hadfield crew.
Not the entire, but close to. Yeah, security's not as
man.
security's not as great because we're a science ship, but yeah. So yeah, it's like 10 or so.
all right.
On a
And,
crew of about 90?
Yep.
Actually, it's more like 70 or so.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got increased space though because we don't have the aerospace shuttle, so wasn't that to have a bigger crew?
Or
Yeah,
well,
that's
it
why
was,
we
or
had all,
it,
like,
yeah, it
100.
was essentially for something else.
Yeah.
It was essentially instead of having the arrow shuttle, you have like what would it
Crew
be?
bunks.
Or
More storage space, a little bit more room for crew.
the
And,
the advanced sick bay stuff.
Yep, and all the extra stuff for sick bay and such.
Yeah. So
So, Joeza kind of embellishes a little bit. I've got a little over a dozen crew members in security, very well trained.
Would imagine they would have to be for a ship this size.
Of course, of course. We might not have the biggest security force, but it's quite potent.
oh, now I actually hang on. Never mind. You guys keep talking. I'll send it to Blackwell.
And Sarah just kind of looks around, taking stock of the surroundings.
So, tell me about yourself, Lieutenant, is it?
It is. Not much to tell, really.
Oh, come now. Everyone has something to tell. Why don't you step into my office here? I'd be happy to talk to you about it.
And she reluctantly takes a seat in the office.
And,
Uh-oh. Oh no, you've entered the interrogation chamber.
Oh no.
why don't you have a seat in that chair there? And as you sit in the chair, you notice that one of the legs is just slightly shorter than all the others.
Oh no! Oh, he's starting this bullshit.
Sorry, Ed. Just tell him everything right now because you're gonna break.
Bring it.
So, have a seat. You were saying a little about yourself?
What would you like to know, Chief?
Well, where do you come from?
A small town in Montana.
Montana. Interesting. What part of Montana?
It's toward the Great Plains.
Okay.
Very
all
small
right.
town.
Very small town, huh? What would you say the population of that town would be?
20.
20. Wow.
When I say
That's
small,
quite
I mean small.
Interesting, interesting. And what got you in the Starfleet from such a small, quaint town?
What do you think would bring me to Starfleet, Chief?
I would never presume. I would always allow you to simply tell me, unless there's something troublesome about your past.
I'm sure all of us have troublesome past, especially with this war.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, I would love to hear what yours was.
I'm sure you have some interesting stories. I mean, how did you become a chief of security aboard a starship?
Well, it's a funny story, but it's for another time. I really want to hear about how you got into Starfleet and what you're doing here.
I believe that question was directed at you, Chief.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, when I got into Starfleet, you had the whole war going, and as you know, my people have been struggling with the Cardassians for a long time. And at the beginning, of course, the Cardassians were on the Founder's side, and well, I never turned away the chance to fight a Cardi. But that's enough about me. What about you?
It's not much to tell about my past. Growing up in a small Montana town, looking up to the stars every day, wanting to be in them.
I see. And so, what was your last assignment?
And she just kind of sighs. And you see a little hint of pain on her face at that. I don't like to talk about my last assignment.
Well, if you don't want to talk about the last, I can understand that. We all had things we went through, especially with the war just coming to an end. Why don't we move to the present? Would you like to tell me anything about your current assignment?
I just pilot the ship, go where the captain tells me to go.
I see. So you'll be assigned here permanently then?
Assigned here permanently.
Are you aware of any plans to assign you to this ship?
Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, I am still the helm officer aboard the. Oh, what did you say the ship name was?
The Fleming.
That's it. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, I'm still the con officer aboard the Fleming.
Ah, how long have you been the con officer there?
I leave that up to you.
Yeah, about 6 months.
Okay.
How long have you been stationed aboard the Hadfield?
Has it been like a week?
I think it's been a little
I
longer
think
than
it's
that.
been closer to like a month.
Like
A month.
a couple months.
Okay. I've been here for about 6 months.
No, it's more like 2.
I know.
Oh.
Finally, somebody's lying to these people. Thank God.
Inside check. No. So you just boarded the ship as well. Are you having trouble settling in?
No. I think I found my role here pretty well. After all, with such a small security complement and woefully inadequate weaponry, you need the best and brightest at security, if you ask me, to keep this ship safe.
Understandable. How many firefights have you been in on board the Hadfield, Chief? And it is Chief, right? I got the rank right.
Master Chief Petty Officer.
Yeah, Chief.
Oh, I've been in a fair share.
Brennan, can I ping the security off?
Sure.
This is Commander Jacoby to Chief Joeza. Are you reading me?
I tap my little thing. Go ahead.
Chief, once you're done over in the security parts of the ship, please take the lieutenant over to the doctor's office so that she may be accustomed with our medical facility.
Of course, of course. I think we're just about done here.
Thanks. Keep up the good work, Glowstick.
Hmm.
Did he call
Teresa
you
frowns a little bit.
glow stick?
Well, I'm like his beacon of light. I guide the way for him.
Hmm.
That sounds like a very interesting story.
Well,
Hmm.
on that note, we should go to the doctor's office. I know Blackwell would be thrilled to make your acquaintance today.
Okay, so this is actually the perfect opportunity for me to do what I'm about to do. So we're actually going to go to the sick bay. If I can get the thing to click.
We need traveling music.
Does he tell me the story on the way?
Does he?
That's up to him.
Saying does he?
So Joeza starts coming up with, well, yes, that was a long story. You see, we were in a real tense situation, and in this really dark cavern, and everyone's items were not working. But luckily, I had this old-fashioned chemical glow stick. It was the darndest thing that I brought it with me.
And he's just gonna totally lie. Great.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Until the very last bit, every part of that was technically true.
Cool.
So here's what I'm actually gonna do before you guys get there. I'm gonna do a scene with Blackwell.
Okie dokie.
And you are in the medical. You're in medical when the door opens and the Zindi Arboreal walks in with a pad in his hand.
Hello, Lieutenant Lee Brook, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
How can we help you today? You feeling all right?
I am feeling just fine, he says. Looking around, he says, I understand you've been doing research here? Developing new technologies?
Well, that is part of what we do here.
And you see you've been developing some neural therapy devices.
Yes, that's our current project. We're just at the beginning stages, but I think it shows tremendous promise in helping people with neurological damage, particularly spinal injuries that we still sometimes lack the ability to treat as well as we do more minor injuries.
And he just goes, and he sort of seems like he's not even listening to you that much. He says, and then he looks right at you. Says, am I correct in my understanding that the start of this research was technology that you found on that black site?
Yes.
Understood. We're going to need to take all of it.
I'm afraid I can't allow that to happen.
I'm afraid it's out of your hands, Doctor. And he hands you a pad.
I glance down at the pad and then throw it over my shoulder and go, I don't care if you've got authorization from God herself. You're not getting access to my research until I've confirmed your orders with Starfleet Medical.
Oh, this isn't a Starfleet medical issue.
Yes, it is.
This is Starfleet
You're
intelligence.
in my sick bay. Starfleet Medical will need to know exactly what you're up to and to confirm your orders. I'm not giving you anything, including access to any of my computers or research, until your orders are confirmed by higher authority. Do I make that perfectly clear, Lieutenant?
And he gives you just the biggest scowl. You have just made this man very angry.
Be careful or your face will freeze like that, although I could fix it, if it does.
He turns tail and he leaves.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to immediately get on the horn to the captain.
Ooh, buddy.
Black Blackwell, the captain.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I just had Lieutenant Gleebruck in here demanding access and to take all of the research we've been doing on the neurological device we found on the Ron and the Black side. Do we have any confirmation about these guys' clearances? I told him I wasn't going to let him hear anything until I got confirmation from Starfleet Medical.
Damn it, Doctor. The only confirmations they have are confirmations from Starfleet Intelligence. I don't know if that's enough for you. Little enough is said, Doctor, that this is way beyond my pay grade.
Captain, perhaps maybe you should contact Admiral Pressman, and just to get confirmation from higher command. I mean, believe he was your contact in Starfleet Intelligence.
Didn't he
He
get blown up?
was. He was, yes.
Yeah,
but-
and he is. I'll let you know, out of character, he is the one who would have given you your orders.
He is, Doctor, yes, but to bother a Rear Admiral with something like this, is it really worth it?
Captain, they're talking about taking the research and emptying our databases.
Fine, Doctor, fine. I'll get on the horn as soon as I can. You have my permission to deny access to the research until further clarifications have been.
All right, so Blackwell is going to actually download a full copy of the research into a portable data disk or chip. That's right, we're in the isolinear chip era. Into a chip, so I have a actual separate physical copy, and I'm just going to put that in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm contacting Starfleet Medical.
Interesting. And sort of just as you're sending out your message to Starfleet Medical, door opens and in walks Jueza and the lieutenant.
As the door opens, I put my hand forward. Here we are, sick bay. There's Dr. Blackwell. Blackwell, this is the lieutenant. You two have fun. I walk away and leave her in your sick
I
bay.
suppose you have a pad full of so-called authorizations to wave around in my face too.
And I just look at him inquisitively. Not at all, Doctor. I was just here for a tour.
So, is my message off to Starfleet Command? Starfleet Medical.
Yep. You
Okay.
don't know how long it'll take for it to
Right,
get them. God knows how long it'll take for it to response to get back, especially given that Starfleet Intelligence is involved.
Right. So, I'll say, well, all right then. And I grab my silenced tricorder. The Hadfield has one of the most advanced medical facilities in the entire fleet. Fundamentally, anything a starbase can do, we can do, and likely do it better. I'll show her some of the advanced biobeds and some of the laboratory work. And I'm going to take a full medical scan of her. I'll have her hop up on a biobed and show her how some things work. Just hop up on this bed right here, and here, let me show you this. This is the advanced scanner, and I'll scan her.
And I'll do it. Like this sick bay beats anything I have ever had in my entire career. This is amazing.
Yeah, I've obviously been in all sorts of sick bays over the course of my career, and this one has all the bells and whistles. Even the Norway class medical vessels don't have anything like this. So is her scan legit? Is she a human?
Yeah, she's good.
Okay. And is she
Not
healthy?
aboard.
Yeah, she's a healthy human.
All right.
You might find some like bones that haven't healed properly, but from like fractures and stuff. That's about it.
Right. Well, everything looks good. You've got some a little bit of excess scarring. Looks like maybe your bones break here wasn't set as well as it could have been, but other than that, you are healthy as the proverbial horse, Lieutenant.
Good to hear.
Anything you're particularly interested in learning about the ship or its facilities?
It's been quite a day. This is one of the most advanced ships I have ever seen.
So, tell me, why does Captain LaCroix have such a glowering interest in us?
Why does anyone do anything? It's all about the orders.
Huh. Well, anyway, you look a little peaked. Why don't you join me in what's it called, in the mess hall, in the mess deck for a sandwich?
Very well, lead the way.
Okay, and you gonna leave?
And I'll have the computer alert me if through my comm badge if you get a response from Starfleet Medical.
And you get an affirmative from the computer, and I assume you're gonna walk out.
Yeah, and I'll tell the ship's nurse to, nobody gets access to any of sickbay computers and databases without my express permission.
Well, I'll let you know right now. The Tellarite is in the Speaking of which, Tellarite is in the process of doing just that.
Ooh, boy.
So
It's a Ralphrek.
Yep. So, cutting back to the cutting back to engineering, the Tellarite gets up, unplugs his cube thing from the computer core, said, well, that's all I need.
Very well.
And, he just walks past you, snags the data pad out of his hand, goes, thanks. And he leaves. Were you going to say something to him?
I was going to say, I'll go ahead and follow him out.
Okay. And as he's walking out, he just looks back, sees that you're following, says, need something?
Oh, just, figured I'd walk you out. I've been attempting to work. What would the captain call it? The camaraderie, as it is? Yes. So,
Well, tell you one thing. Vulcans suck at it. And he turns around and he continues walking.
shall continue to follow.
Well, he's not wrong.
Like, he's not gonna say anything else to you, but yeah, he's not gonna stop you.
Yep.
So, I think with that, hang on. We're gonna move to the, where is it? Mess hall. Hang on. Gonna move to the corridor to the mess hall. And I just need some TNG hum.
By the way, I haven't been hearing any ambience all evening,
Oh, that's odd.
and my music level is.
I was gonna say, check your audio levels, cause
It's there. It's just very quiet.
is it?
Yeah.
This should be okay. Better?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. It's weird. Okay, I just didn't want to put it on too high.
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, I also want to quickly slide someone the stream so that he can host it.
Ah.
So yeah, you're there with Vogel.
I kind of gesture towards the replicator. Whatever's your pleasure, Lieutenant.
tomato basil soup with a grilled cheese sandwich.
And I'll take a hot pastrami and Swiss on seeded Jewish rye with a pickle and a side of potato chips.
Okay, and
I'll see if there's a window table we can sit by.
yeah, I'd say there is.
Okay. And I'll just get some sparkling water to drink.
Okay.
So what do you think of the Hadfield?
This is a nice ship.
Well, it has been a lovely assignment for me. I spent the war on a forward casualty vessel with the Second Fleet. It's kind of nice to be spending my days doing research and generally tending to nothing worse than a bad case of shore leave.
Yeah, I could imagine treating all those injured officers would take its toll.
Well, it was what it was, but much rather be doing what Starfleet does best, which is what the Hadfield does, is out here and discovering, the usual new life, new civilizations. Some of the stuff I've seen just on my brief time here has just been amazing.
That's why I'm out here too. Sure beats a small town in Montana, that's for sure.
I've only been to Earth a couple of times. I was born and raised on a frontier world in the Alpha Quadrant. But Class M, very friendly planet. Was not cut out to be a farm boy like my parents probably wanted. So
I just had a case of wanderlust, I feel. Wanted to see what was out there.
Always been a pilot, or did you pick it up at Starfleet Academy?
It's something I decided to do while I was in the academy.
And how do you enjoy flying the Fleming? As I understand it, those Saber class are pretty handy.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest ships I've ever had the pilot.
I think this would be a good opportunity to, Doctor.
Yeah?
You get a ping from the computer. The authorization has gone through, and there is a response for you on your terminal. But at that moment, in walks the Captain LaCroix and LeBruck,
Okay.
and they are making a beeline right for you.
Well, it looks like you, Lieutenant. Looks like I may be about to be at ground zero in the artillery barrage of brass, so you might want to take cover.
Is everything okay, sir?
Probably not. But I'm probably about to get chewed out, but it's alright. Been chewed out before.
And the captain comes right over to you, looks at you, Vogel, and says, "Vogel,
Captain?
Dr. Blackwell, I understand you've been making things very difficult for my head of security."
Oh, I didn't realize that asking for confirmation for such broad and wide-sweeping orders was controversial. That's just sort of Starfleet procedure, is it not?
Oh,
If you're going to want full access to my medical database and going to take some research files of mine, I think it's only natural that an officer should ask for verification of orders from higher authority. In fact, I've just been informed that I've gotten a response from Starfleet Medical. I haven't had a chance to check out my terminal yet. I was having a lovely lunch with your fine helmsman.
Well, I will save you the trouble. Your little
Oh, it's no trouble, Captain.
your little request also got pinged through to us. and we have gotten the response as well. And he takes out a pad and he hands it to you.
Lieutenant, I'm afraid I'm going to have to have a rain check on the remainder of our lunch. If you'll excuse me. Well, Captain, let's head back to my sick bay. And I don't even read the pad. I'm just sort of carrying it along with me. And head back to my office and pull it up on my terminal and see what I got there.
Let me just, because I got a thing that's good. I got the sick bay ambiance.
Oh, cool.
I think. Yeah. Here we go. Just gonna move it up to the ambiance section. Okay, so yeah, you go. Boy, moving around these maps is always difficult. Why must it always be so difficult?
Now you understand why I don't use them.
Well, ELH says he has a much more efficient way. I just haven't done it yet.
Ah, sick bay. I love my sick bay.
So yes, you walk into sick bay, the captain and lieutenant right on your heels, and you log into your terminal, and matching the pad right there, yeah. Starfleet Medical is given full authorization for the Fleming to take whatever research they need. This is an order coming up from on high.
Well, very well, Captain. I will, of course, be lodging an official objection to these orders, and I would also like a copy of these orders in writing, please.
You'll have them, he says with a very stern face. He said, now, if you would, please give Lieutenant LeBrook what he needs.
I gesture towards the console.
Understood. And he goes over the console, he taps a few things. You never got to the point where you were actually starting to do... Oh, wait, no, but you do have some physical...
Our last task was we
Right.
came up with the physical design for the device,
Right,
but
but
I
before
don't
that
think we'd gotten
no,
to
but-
producing it.
Right, no, but before that you did have the actual original devices.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got both devices, the zombie fun and the personal cloak.
Oh yeah, you did get those too, didn't you? Said.
Yep.
And where is the recovered technology?
I believe Commander Valak has that in engineering, or in one of the engineering labs.
Understood. And he taps his comm badge. Says, Brock, you need to get some... you'll need to work with the engineer. Apparently he's the one who has the leftover technology. And you hear just an... Understood from the other end. Understood. And he puts up a tab, looks at it, looks at the terminal, presses a couple buttons, and you see the screen go dark. He nods, puts his pad away. He says, now that wasn't so hard, now was it? And he begins to leave.
Yep. Neither was waiting for confirmation, as one should do, according to Starfleet regulations. And why are you people so interested in all of this anyway, and particularly in eliminating any record of it?
That is classified.
Of course it is.
And he's gonna leave.
Okay.
So,
And I'm going to go into the medical lab and take the original piece of Romulan technology. And
you liar.
Yeah, I don't have it at all.
Yep. And I'm gonna go find Kiji.
Oh no. What are you doing, Blackwell? Ooh, man,
Kichi's just kind of walking around.
Blackwell
trying
to
avoid,
Kiji.
Yes, Doctor. How's your little tour going?
Um, I find Lieutenant Vogel delightful. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for her compatriots. Where are you right now?
Deck 2.
All right, that's actually good. You're on my deck, so I'll wander over there. So, Chief Kiji, as a hypothetical, if someone wanted to hide something where it'd be very difficult for another someone to find it, and it's a small something, say something that you could pretty much hold in one hand or two, where aboard this ship would be the best place to do that?
Now, hypothetically, would this object be biological or inorganic?
Well, let's make it interesting and say that it is a biomechanical in part.
Well, I mean, you could always put it in the transporter buffer.
That's an interesting idea.
Or yeah, the replicator buffer.
Yeah. Would you know how to do that by any chance?
I've seen it done, but I was never my forte. I was more the one who had to find those objects.
I understand. Well, thank
what you're
you
going
for
to
this.
need is a good engineer to discover how to do that hypothetically.
Ah. Well, thank you for a fascinating hypothetical discussion, Chief Kiji.
I mean, this is a test. This is a test you could make.
Who?
You as in Dr. Blackwell.
Okay.
To store this thing's pattern in the ship's computer now that because now the computer's been wiped and they're probably not going to be looking for anything anymore.
Yeah, I'll come back to the mess hall and put it in one of those replicator buffers.
Okay, so that's
Or
good. Hang on, that's going to be a control engineering difficulty 2.
You could always pretend you're in Guantanamo, Doctor.
So, are you going to take the 1 momentum you guys have?
Yeah, well, I'll give it to him.
Yay! I don't think I have anything.
Because, I mean, Starfleet uniforms got those nifty little hatches on for a goddamn reason.
Man, Blackwell, you're going to look great in stripes.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
After a few seconds, the thing reappears. You weren't able to get the pattern stored properly.
Ah. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna need a good engineer.
Yikes. Oh, and you were so close, too.
Yeah, I have nothing to let me re-roll that. I mean,
Yep.
I guess I could.
Well, his third die was a 19. Am I reading this right?
Yep.
Let me hang on just a second.
What's the botch?
I'll say this to you, Ed. This is rapidly becoming that episode with the archaeology.
Which one?
Literally our tug of war.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to actually I'm going to spend a determination using sometimes your best just isn't good enough, and to re-roll all the dice.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Oh my god.
I'm so going to court-martial someone for this.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Oh.
Man. Even worse. Oh well.
Did he just lose the piece of technology permanently?
Brennan, take the threat.
Nope.
I would very much advise you to take the threat, Brennan.
Not happening. Nope.
Oh.
Now you've lost it.
Ah, well.
You didn't know what you were doing.
Should have asked this.
Well, I didn't want to get anybody else involved if I didn't have to.
Yep, it didn't work. But, I mean, the good news is now no one knows where it is.
Right.
Because now it doesn't exist anymore. Yay.
Ah, son of a bitch. Sorry, guys.
If you can't have it, no one can.
Sorry, guys. I was really trying there. I should have just gone make it so, but I didn't think about that. I thought for sure with a reroll 3 dice I could get 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Well, let me roll veteran.
Oh yeah. Nope. That's done. So after a bit of searching, to keep us moving along, because I kind of didn't expect this scene to go on for as long as it did. Yeah, because, boy, I'll tell ya, we are still in the first scene. Or technically second scene, but we have not moved beyond the second scene yet, and I'm trying to keep it moving. So, yeah, to keep things moving along, they search around engineering, but where was some of the cloaking tech stored? I assume that was kept in engineering, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
we never actually got to that, so they do have that.
So they do have that, and honestly, that's something they were probably completely in their right to take, and they probably didn't even need Starfleet medical approval for that. So they take all of that, and they can't seem to find the biotech stuff, but when they check sickbay, they can't find it either, so they just assume there was an error, and just that everything is accounted for.
Oh no.
But it doesn't matter, because, well, if they check the computer core, they won't find anything.
Right, fair enough.
Because it doesn't exist anymore.
It's replicated matter.
So, with that, Vogel, the captain is going to contact you. Captain Fleming? Not Fleming, Captain, LaCroix?
LaCroix.
Yep. He's gonna contact you.
Right. Vogel here.
Well, it looks like we got everything we needed. We're getting ready to head out.
Very well. I will head back to the ship, Captain.
Meet me in the transporter room. I need to have one final conversation with the commander here.
Yes, sir.
And with that, the captain of the Fleming is gonna go up, and I assume you're in your ready room, Commander?
I'm on the bridge this time.
You're on the bridge. Give me a sec.
And that's Commander Regov. I know that mustache.
What? Oh, okay. God damn it, Regov. Stop doing that. So you're on the bridge, and the captain... Oh, let me change the ambiance to the bridge, because now we are on the bridge. And the captain walks on and says, there you are, Commander. Would you please join me in your ready room?
Hi. I'll stand up and walk over to the ready room.
And not the conference room, but I want the ready room. And he sits down and says, well, for the most part, your crew has been quite accommodating, with the exception of your chief medical officer.
I am sure he had his reasons, Captain, but go on.
Indeed. He was on some track of research, given the technology that you found at the Romulan Black Site. I understand the need for medical professionals to give their community whatever edge they need to save lives, and I can appreciate that as an intelligence personnel. Every little edge counts. But sometimes you have to give things up.
I understand, Captain, but I hope you have gotten most of the things you were searching.
Oh no, we've received everything we hope to get our hands on.
Very well, then. What is the plan from here?
Well, the plan from here on out is that you're heading back to Federation space.
Very well, and what are my orders?
Your orders are to proceed immediately to Narendra Station. We're going to divert course from you quite shortly, but you are to continue back to Narendra Station. From there, you will be given new orders.
All right, very well. We'll get started as soon as you guys are back on your ship.
Thank you for all of your assistance. And he turns and he starts to leave.
Very well. See you later, Cap.
So, you are going to, are any of you going to go down to the transporter room to see them off?
Just sure, I will.
Yep.
Okay.
And I as well.
So,
Yeah.
all of them are in the transporter room. They all get on the pad. Said, well, this was a pleasure. And is there anything any of you would like to say to these guys before the transporter activates?
Quick salute.
Okay. And I assume you're going to go back to the bridge.
Well, Valak, I've managed to destroy the Romulan biotech.
I'm sorry, Doctor. You what?
I was trying to save it, and in trying to save it, I destroyed it.
Doctor, we will talk about this later. Don't have time for this. Back to the bridge. We got orders to move back into Federation space.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, now to
And
this.
okay,
Okay. So you all watch as the Fleming slowly turns, goes forward, turns again, and
Wop.
warps out.
Wop.
suddenly we're in Battleship Yamato.
Yep.
Yup.
So I assume you guys are going to plot course back to Federation space. Correct?
I would assume.
The very same, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so,
To the station.
alright. You take your turn, and so now we are actually going to pick this up with Vogel on board the Fleming.
Fleming.
Huzzah!
Yeah, so you guys are flying along back towards Federation space. So, well, that could have gone smoother.
Did we not get what we were looking for, Captain?
Oh, we did. But they made a damn hard time of it.
Did you really expect them to follow orders so blindly, Captain?
With the amount of authorization we had to pull for this mission, I'd expect so. After about 20 minutes, the ops officer looks down at the screen and he says, Captain, we've just detected a weapons detonation of some kind. About 2 light years away. I suppose we should investigate. How are things looking on sensors? And he turns to LeBrook and he says, all is clear on sensors. Well, let's go investigate. I have a bad feeling about this. And he turns and as you guys are, so you guys are approaching the region where this explosion occurred. Is there anything that you're thinking, Vogel? Anything you want to say?
Nope, I'm just ready with the evasive action if I need it.
Yep. And then LeBruck, up at Tactical, says, hold on a second. I'm getting something on sensors. As a small Romulan scout craft decloaks ahead. What on earth? Tactical analysis. Shields on it are down. Weapons unpowered. It doesn't even seem to be acknowledging our presence. I want ideas. What do you all think?
Do the Romulans even use these types of ships anymore?
Yeah, they do. They certainly
Uh,
because this
Then
is
that was, that was to the crew in character.
yeah. Well, I know recent reports have shown certain Romulan groups using these vessels, but why they'd have such a small one out here, I have no idea. And the Romulan ship begins to move away.
Should I stay with them, Captain?
Agreed. I want you to follow along them. Try to match its course as closely as possible. Maybe they'll think we're just a sensor ghost.
Aye, sir. And I'll match its course and speed.
Okay, give me a control con difficulty. I think I'm gonna make this 2.
Alright, I'll go ahead and give you a threat so I can use my bold.
Goody.
And I'll roll 3 dice. Flight control systems for a focus.
Yes.
Cool. And I'll go ahead and roll.
Nice. You gen a momentum.
And then, what is that, engines con? Or whatever the ship stats are.
Yeah. I'll tell you what they are.
Wherever the ship is.
My bad. There is none. I forgot to input the ship, but I do have its sheet. So if you want to pull it up somewhere, its engines con is 13. And it does have the improved impulse drive. I forget if that does anything.
I'm just gonna roll my control engineering, and it hits. We'll just do it that way.
Okay, because is that the same stat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 2 momentum. Someone tell me what improved impulse drive does again? Because, Christ, if I can remember. Oh.
Get your books out.
Yeah, us nerds have to get our books out.
255 for those with books.
Yeah, I don't have my book open right now. Oh, hang on, I might have it. Oh, hang on, I think I do. It's, what did we say? Improved...
Is that impulse?
Yeah, improved impulse. Oh, no, I don't know what the improved impulse gives you.
I can spend 2 momentum to increase the difficulty of attacks against the ship.
Ah, neat. So just even better evasive.
Yeah, which I'm all about the evasive at the moment, so...
So, yeah, you're able to keep pace with them rather handily. And after about 15 minutes of that... the ship cloaks. And you pull to a stop.
Ship reporting all stop, Captain.
Oh, I didn't mean to... Yeah, I did mean to do that. Okay, what do you guys think? I don't like this. What's our position relative to that explosion that we detected? We seem to be right near it, Captain. What are we picking up? Nothing. No significant debris field. just the explosion. I want advice, people.
I feel like we're sitting ducks here, Captain.
Agreed. If there's nothing else on sensors, I suggest we turn back. Oh, and he would have brought you guys to yellow alert.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm assuming we're probably at red alert at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are at red. Well, actually, no. He would have only put you guys at yellow alert on seeing that the thing's shields aren't up.
Okay.
So, the thing doesn't have shields up, and its weapons weren't live.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to turn around and head back. I would like you at Con to give me a, let's see, Control Con. I'm going to spend 2 threat. Difficulty 5.
5, you say?
Yes, 5 I say.
Alright, so I am going to go ahead and burn a determination here. Using a Starship is an extension of my body.
Go ahead.
I will also give you 2 threat.
Which I am immediately going to pump into the complication range, I think.
Not a problem. So I can roll 3 dice and get a reroll. Alright, I think I'm all set up.
Did you burn the momentum that we have? Yeah.
No.
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 He's got
I'm
bold.
a
We're
bold.
gonna threat.
Alright, rolling. Nailed it.
7. Okay, yeah. You did get it. Now this is Now this actually
then
is. Now this is.
Hold on. Does the ship get anything?
You're gonna have to roll that control engineering check.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's
So
6 successes.
So that's 8. So it's 3 over. So I get 3 momentum.
Christ.
So momentum's at 5 at the moment.
Okay. Now this is a work track. This is an extended task. I should have mentioned. Work track 20, resistance 4, magnitude 4.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw some challenge dice here. You said resistance was what?
4. 2, 4. So you're at 4 right now.
Yep. Let me pull up my extended task so I can see how I can use this momentum.
Let's see. You can use it to.
Because piercing is
Take off
definitely
a
a
bit
thing
of-
I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
Yep,
you can spend 2
takes
momentum.
off, what,
Yeah, you can.
2 of the
spe-
resistance.
Yeah, spend 2 momentum, kill all my resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll do that.
So you're at 9.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yep. Currently 8. Let me see if there's anything else.
It's like I know it can also be used to bump up our work a bit, and I forget the other thing.
Reroll it, but we don't need. So yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I'll spend the 2 momentum to get rid of all the piercing, so I can do
Yep.
8
so we're down
work.
to 8.
Yep.
Another 2 momentum.
No. That was for the.
Okay, so you're at 8 work out of 20.
Yep. So got 12 left.
Okay, that is a breakthrough, so now it brings the difficulty down to 3. You're going to make a roll again, but I am going to spend 2 threat to bring the difficulty back up to 4.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a threat and spend 2 momentum to roll 4 dice.
Go for it.
Gotcha.
And still flight control systems, right?
Yep.
Still gotta focus. Bam.
God.
Bam.
And and gain a momentum. All right, so we're at 2 momentum.
All right, back to work.
Okay. Oh my god.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's another 8. I think definitely I'm going to spend a 2 momentum and get that piercing gone.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be out of momentum, but I think that's okay because it'll be
Yeah.
another breakthrough.
Yep.
So
And
We got
gonna be
4
down
work
to-
left.
mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna spend 4 threat to keep the difficulty at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Burn through the threat.
Yep. But unfortunately, I got to give him threat to keep this. So
Yep.
difficulty's 4. I'm gonna give you 3 threat again.
Nice.
Okay. Make sure all my stats are right. Oh,
Yes.
Ooh.
and the ship.
You can
Ship
re-roll
comes through the
that.
same.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh.
and I get the.
Re-roll the comp. Yep.
Yep.
Oh no.
And then I re-roll the complication because of the bolt. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Hey.
I mean, man, you're playing with a guy who knows this is at the back of his head.
Yeah, you're definitely you should come join the crew of the Hadfield. This is the kind of the momentum that we generate.
So I gained 3 momentum off of that, Mr. Grennan.
Yeah. You do.
There's the work track. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna
wow.
spend. Yeah, I'm gonna spend my 2 momentum and get the final 2 breakthroughs.
So we're down to 1 momentum, but we've done pretty good there.
Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry, Grennan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your plans are gone.
Oh, how much more do you have to do? Do you have to do just 1 more of these?
No, we're done. I got the 2 breakthroughs.
Oh.
Because we were at 16 work. This will give me 0 work plus 5 work on the 5 work is the breakthrough plus going to 0.
Okay, in that case, okay, you get out, so here is what I'm gonna do, though. I'm gonna spend 4 threat right now, just so that I can pop even one of these off. Oh my god, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. So mad.
I channeled Pend here.
Oh my god. That was the worst. That was the worst. I'm gonna roll. And I gotta make sure I hit enter. And this is gonna have vicious.
Alright.
Oh man.
Gonna spend a threat to re-roll those. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Not your
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 3. That's 6. So how many shields does this thing have? It has this thing. I have it. Okay, its shields. So all of a sudden, right off your bow, just as you're reaching the edge of the space that you had entered. I know I've got it. A large explosion rocks the ship, and immediately the ship plunges into red alert. Obviously. And the captain says, "Status report! Shields are holding at 40%, sir. We were just rocked by a massive explosion, possibly some kind of subspace mine." Oh. God damn it. Loop.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, I have to roll a breach. Let's see what you guys got. Weapons. Alright, well, you gotta get us out of here. And I assume you're gonna go to warp?
If I can, yes.
I'm so pissed. Oh my god. Was horseshit. I don't know where to go from here. That kind of ruined my whole episode.
The dice gods have smiled upon me favorably today.
I'm trying to think about where I can go from here. Huh. Huh. Ed, would you be okay with this being your only episode?
Yeah.
Because I kind of needed you guys to get stuck there. Oh. Ugh.
Oopsie whoopsie.
That was, you were not supposed to get out of that.
Surprise!
That's when you toss another Daenerys class warbird at them.
That's what you should have used your threat for.
You still got the 3 threat.
I do.
Yeah, he can't get that scale though.
Yeah, I can't get that. I can't get that scale with only 3
I thought
threat.
you can get a scale 3 ship.
Actually, yeah, you know, I could spend this 2 threat. You know, I'll do that. Screw it, because I need to keep things. I need to keep things. Need to keep things going on here.
You should have probably made that complication range higher.
Yeah, I should have.
If it was a minefield, it should have been like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I should have had it have a basic complication range higher.
But I don't think it would have mattered. I'd rolled phenomenally.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna
just
say you
that
rolled
that's the
extremely well.
thing. It's you didn't even roll any like non-successes. You just rolled nothing but crits and successes the whole way. So yeah, right in front of you, that scout ship you saw earlier is going to decloak.
Ramming speed?
Oh no.
Oh Lord, he is
From
channeling
this-
Pen. He
From
is channeling Pen.
from that ship,
So,
kamikaze torpedo.
Captain, we're being hailed. And on screen is a Romulan wearing a rather odd uniform. It's got sort of the greens to it, with some, black trimming, but on the epaulets of his shoulder you can see these 2 triangles, and they are orange. Well, you Starfleet are more crafty than I gave you credit for. And I suppose that you would be the one that lured us into this area of space. What was that? Oh, that'd be... And he presses a few buttons on his, console, and...
Those are really big minds.
My specialty. Now, I believe I have you at an impasse here. As things stand, I cannot allow you to leave. You have information I need. Well, I'm afraid that's not gonna fly. Red alert, charge weapons, closed channel. And I guess you guys are gonna go into combat.
In a minefield.
Yeah, in a minefield.
Fly well.
Oh god, I am so I don't know what to do here. This has gone so off the rails. Oh my god.
Crazy train time.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are in combat. What you gonna do? Because you guys start.
I think I'm going to evasive action this thing.
Right. And yeah, roll it.
Yeah, he's trying to take action in a minefield. Make that a bit spicy, sir.
No, the problem is you guys got out of the minefield.
But they're still in the minefield.
No,
according to-
that's. I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys that there was a minefield there. They succeeded at the task to get out of the minefield is the problem.
Where's my evasive action?
Like,
Daring
this
cone.
is sort of my problem is that you guys were supposed to help them get out of the minefield.
I'm gonna PM you a solution.
Cause,
Alright, evasive action.
this is
What's the ship's structure con?
structure con is 11.
11. Alright, I got one for that.
Okay.
Cool. So I bank a momentum, and we are in evasive action.
Alrighty.
Because I have glancing impact, though, the resistance of the ship is a +2.
Of course it is.
So go ahead and check what I wrote.
You send me something.
I sent you a solution.
Well, as I think it's gonna stand. Hang on. Okay, I know what it's gonna do. I need to pull up its stats. God, I really wasn't expecting to have to do this. Oh, I don't even know what it's... I'll just say it's that. Oh, give me a break. Oh, hold on. That was the Starship task, so I'll count that first one. This is the main role. Okay, that'll do it. I get a moment. Wait, what's the difficulty to hit you?
Depends on the weapons, but it should be a 3.
Hold on a moment.
Depends on weapon and range, but base will.
Hold on a sec.
I think we broke him.
Sorry, guys.
Ed broke our GM.
Well, I'm his GM, so.
I'm back. Oh,
Welcome back.
So if they're firing with like disruptors that are close range,
they're not. They're not. They're doing something special, and the problem is, I don't know what the range on this would be.
As much as you wish it, it's your birthday party, and you get to decide what kind of movie we're.
It only got 2 successes is the problem, so no, that fails. Your guys go.
I think that they should fire the bloody weapons.
Okay, you're gonna need
you
to.
could probably have the crew of the Hadfield do some of this too.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Sure. Yeah. Someone there use their stats for this, because I'm sorry. I was expecting you guys to be here for this.
Chief KG, roll the bones.
I wrote this so that you guys would be here for this, because you guys, Ed was supposed to get stuck, but he didn't.
Well, turns out he
rolled
penned
really well.
the task, so
Yeah.
So
That's why sometimes you have to give those difficulty 7 and 8 tasks. Sometimes.
Wow.
Because that is a pen task. That'll hit though.
like,
if they're-
but like
if they're
Ed,
medium range.
Ed, you have to give it to me. By all accounts, that should have worked.
Oh no, I could have.
Like by all accounts, I should have caught you guys.
It could have. I mean, I rolled damn well. Like, damn
Oh.
well.
Ridiculously.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. That was
Welcome to the Hadfield. You know.
yeah,
Did
just
that roll work?
It should.
Oh boy. Yeah.
so we're just gonna have a
Give-
holodeck party on
give
our
me-
way back to the renter.
It should, because it would be difficulty 3 to hit them as well. But he hit. And then whatever the ship is.
does it really matter?
Probably not.
What's the let me see. It is a 12.
I got one for 12 as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Bam.
Momentum.
Yep. I think that puts us at 2.
3 now.
Moment. Whoops.
Not
Right,
bad.
challenge dice for the weapons.
It is a phaser arrays, so 6.
So that's scale 2 security plus 3 security, 3 scale. That's it.
Yeah.
Ouch. It does have versatile 2 though, huh?
Yeah. And this thing is
wh-
this thing is a scale 2.
Right. 1 to piercing, 1 to extra damage.
So that's 5, and you guys roll a breach on it.
Breach table. Huzzah.
And
Yep. Apparently no table found by that name. Interesting.
oh. Okay. Oh, god damn. All right. Yeah, the ship stops. Fuck!
Perfect. Some Romulan captives.
Oh, no.
See you later, Operative Orange.
Yup. It's just...
Yeah. I'm
We
pretty
take,
sure
captives
voice
and
is
interrogate them.
grinding speed.
So stupid.
Grennan, I'm gonna give you another suggestion, and please listen to this one, okay? It's pretty good. Okay, give me a second.
Sometimes the warp core just needs to blow up for no reason.
Well, no, you guys capture this guy. It's fine. That's actually not my problem. My problem is that I wasn't able to get the Hadfield involved in this, and they were supposed to be. Because the problem was you guys weren't supposed to be able to single-handedly handle this encounter.
Grennan, check what I sent you. It's good. It's good. You're gonna love it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say no to this for specific reasons that you're not aware of. I don't know what to do now because he kind of broke the plot of the episode.
I tried. I tried to fix it. Sorry.
I don't know where to proceed from here.
Sometimes ships, for plot reasons, need to have their warp cores become disabled.
What What you mean the saber class?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because if this was an experimental weapon, we don't know its effects until we fired our weapons.
It wasn't that experimental. It was trying to do something and it failed.
But we don't have to know that.
Okay. I hate having to do this.
Because to me, it's not fair to the crew that I'm a guest player and I kind of derailed the episode for them.
Just a little.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, like-
Perhaps some of those
like-
lie.
Like, you probably shouldn't have given me the role.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be sufficiently difficult to at least give you something to do. The thing is, I wanted to give you something to do. That wasn't just sit there and wait to be rescued. I wanted there to be a task to get you guys out of there.
Right, so it should have been a difficulty 10 task that I would have had to nail perfectly with 5 dice.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
I wouldn't have gotten a difficulty 10.
Yeah.
But I could get an extended task that starts off at difficulty 5, though.
Yeah. So,
you're the GM. Just
Yeah, no,
throw in a Dediradex or something.
no, I'm thinking about what duh.
And there have been a lot of Romulan saboteurs running around
Yeah,
lately.
like that's what
I was saying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I think with that, one of the terminals on the Saber goes dark, and the tactical officer looks over and says, "Sir, we've detected an explosion down in engineering. Engines are offline, sir. Losing shields too." What the hell did they do? Okay, actually, I know where I want to go with this. So, we are going to cut over to... Hang on, let me just layer everything again. We are gonna hop over to the Hadfield.
Hey. On our way to the station.
Yep. Ragon, can you give me a sensors science check? Reason science check assisted by ship sensor science. Difficulty 3 brought down to 2 by the ship's sensors.
Aye, sir, right away.
I wasn't giving you that order, but sure you can call Brennan sir too.
You, ranks you.
No, that was cold.
Do not say that anybody outranks me. On my ship, only I outrank myself.
Unless it's a medical emergency.
That was why I was confused. Opened the wrong thing for a moment.
Momentum. It begins.
There you go.
Sir, I'm picking up the Fleming on the edge of a minefield, alongside a Romulan scout craft. Both ships seem to be disabled, sir.
One of them is ours?
Yes, sir. It's the Fleming, along with a Romulan scout craft. They seem to be on the edge of a minefield.
Oh, good God. Mr. Zumo, about face and get us over there, maximum warp.
Hi, Captain.
Okay. And after about a minute or so, you drop out of warp, and let me just grab a bunch of things. Token layer. There you go. So yeah, now you're in range of this whole mess.
Chief Kiji, tactical analysis. What can you tell me about that bird? The Romulan one.
It's green, sir.
Detailed analysis, man.
Wow.
I'd say insight security check assisted by the ship's sensor security. Difficulty 2 brought down by the sensors to difficulty 1. So you get a
Got
momentum.
it.
Okay. Let me.
Sir, there's one life sign on board. Looks to be in critical condition on that green ship.
Commander Jacoby to Commander Valak, can you read me?
Go ahead, sir.
Get to an auxiliary console and get a transporter lock to the critical life sign aboard the Romulan vessel. Beam it over immediately to the med. Dr. Blackwell, you have your task set ahead for you.
Understood.
Once
Okay.
you're done with that, Lieutenant Rugon, open hailing frequencies to the Flem.
Aye, sir, right away.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
gonna resolve that engineering roll first. Control engineering. I think it's difficulty. It's difficulty 1 because of the ship's sensors. I think.
All right.
So I'm
Then we are
rolling
doing,
sensors
uh,
engineering.
Yep.
Yep, we are also then doing a transport directly to medical bay. So I
Yeah,
don't
does
know
that
if
increase the difficulty?
Oh yes. So it's difficulty
Yep.
2 then.
Do you need a momentum or are you good?
And I was gonna say, I'm assuming my transporter replicator focus works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I'll take a momentum just to
I
see
mean,
about
sure.
helping that.
Go ahead. We're very generous with momentum on this ship. Oh god, okay, you needed that.
Yeah, I needed that.
No, Grennan, he gets to reroll one of these, and here's an additional 2 momentum to negate that botch. You're not getting any threat back now that Ed's drained.
You're the
Well,
worst.
You say that now, but let's see what happens.
Right.
Go reroll, please. There you go. We got the task,
Yep.
and we got a
Okay, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, you get him. And doctor on one of your medical beds is a Romulan.
Is he injured?
Yeah, very. He looks like he just took a explosion to the face.
All right. I'll go to work on him then.
Okay.
And
I'll try
Kiji
to.
would also tap his thing. Security, send 2 men to sickbay. We have a
Yeah.
Romulan.
And honestly, I would say that between your medical officer's focus, like not focus, your medical officer advantage and the advanced sick bays, I'd almost say you don't even have to roll this.
So do you need me to roll something or not?
I will have you roll just a simple test to stabilize him.
You
Just
can give him some of those newfangled medicines that are in the
control-
science.
control. This will be no, just to stabilize him. This will be a control. Control medicine, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computer's medicine.
Okay. That already taken into account the advanced sick pay and all
Yeah,
that
this
stuff?
is like everything else. I would have had this be a much more complicated thing, but I need to
Okay.
keep the episode moving.
Very good. Emergency medicine or
Yep.
trauma surgery? Okay.
Totally, emergency medicine.
All right. Here we go.
Is he assisted by the ship's computer medicine?
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm just not rolling for shit tonight.
Yeah.
No assistance then.
Nope.
No ship computer medicine?
He didn't get it though. So
No, he's gonna die. Yeah, he's. No.
God damn it, man. I cannot roll for shit tonight.
Well, that makes him one of you.
Yeah, true. I've already spent my determination, so. Oh well.
oh, that's right. You spent it earlier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh boy, time to bullshit the rest of this episode.
Oh no.
Oh god, I don't know what I'm doing next. Hang on. So you said you were gonna call the saber?
Yeah. Hailing frequencies.
Okay. So the captain appears on the view screen. Looks like we wandered into a bit of a Romulan trap here, Commander.
Is your ship okay, Captain?
No, looks like we have someone on board who managed to plant a bomb in engineering.
Have they gotten out?
We don't know. We've scrambled security to every deck.
Captain, would you mind if I sent over my security officers to help you? We've had experience with Romulan infiltrators on our ship.
I don't know if we should take down our shields. It might give the infiltrator an opportunity to escape.
1 second. Commander Volok, is there a way that we could merge the two of our shields together so transport between our two ships could be possible?
Yeah, certainly doable.
Yep, I was gonna say, yeah, GM, that sounds doable.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I
especially
Can attempt.
yeah, especially given that the Fleming would probably be willing to assist you in this matter. Yeah.
Oh well, Commander Volok, merge our shields together and get ready for transport. Chief Kiji, assemble your best security officers and make haste on board to find the infiltrator. You find him, there's gonna be a reward for you.
Okay. I'd say control. This would be control engineering assisted by the ship structure security.
Okay.
I'd say difficulty 3.
Can I steal one of that momentum? Given
Yes,
how
you
I
may.
rolled last time.
We're not gonna be that extreme, Rugon. Let's be realistic here. There you go. 3.
Yay. And the ship.
Ship rolls. What? Computers engineering.
Yes. I don't know, that's with security.
I think it will be the same resolution in the.
Yeah,
Okay then.
you got it. You just don't get any momentum.
Cool.
So yeah, the two shields flicker together a little bit, and you have cohesion.
Alright. So now they can beam to our ship too.
That is
Dr.
right.
Blackwell, you are authorized to go aboard the Fleming and search for any casualties and help out in whichever way you can. Lieutenant Rugon, you are to assist him as well. Understood?
I
Understood,
should right
Captain.
away.
Depart as soon as you are able.
All right, I will gather a med kit and an emergency surgical kit, and I guess meet Rugon in the damn transporter room.
Okay.
Regan heads right on over because all he's got is his tricorder.
And I assume you're going to be just beaming pad to pad.
Can Kiji bring a phaser rifle?
That'll cost. Actually, doesn't it cost threat to take that?
I believe so,
How
yeah.
does that work? It's like it actually has an
It-
opportunity and threat cost.
So it costs both.
Yeah.
Yep, I was gonna say with the rifle.
How much does it cost? It's like 2. It's like 1 momentum and 2 threat, or 2 threat and 2 momentum. I forget.
I guess I'll stick to
sorry.
my standard phaser then.
Oh, alright.
Okay, so you guys are gonna beam over.
Mm-hmm.
I think since you're just going pad to pad, I don't even know if there's a check for that, especially since you guys are so close together.
It's
And
always
our
a
shields
difficulty
Huh?
to. It's always difficulty to beam.
Okay, well, it's difficulty 1 because of the ship's sensors.
Volok, you want to roll control engineering then?
Yeah.
Assisted by the ship's sensors, engineering.
Yeah, that's gamble.
Nice.
Not
Ooh,
nice.
Not nice.
Gonna take that threat.
I'll let him have this one. because I kind of feel sad for.
Finally. And then. And you guys appear in the dimly lit transporter room of the Fleming. Hang on. I want.
And how many security officers are coming along with this?
It's just gonna be you guys.
Okay.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
I'll tap my communicator. Dr. Sam Blackwell, the Hadfield, to Chief Medical Officer, USS Fielding. We are here to provide medical assistance. Where do you need us?
And you hear a voice come in over the communicator as a Vulcan voice. Assistance is needed post haste down in engineering.
We're on our way, Doctor. And I head for engineering.
All right. And as you open the door to engineering, you still actually do hear little bits of phaser fire. Yeah. As you see the doctor, man in the medical blue with the lab coat and everything,
Right.
a Vulcan, actually it's a Vulcan female, bent over some people, and she's tending to them as sort of a light firefight seems to be going on in the background.
If Kiji's there, he'll probably run towards the phaser fire sounds with his phaser drawn and charging.
Okay. In that case, if you're just running straight into it, then I think we're going to enter combat. As up from cover, you see a Romulan decked out in a very odd uniform. Seems like some kind of special operations type gear. Sort of, greenish, the sort of greenish patterning everywhere, typical of Romulan attire. But on the epaulets of his shoulders, there are these two orange triangles. And he's gonna take out his disruptor and take a shot at you.
Can I use quick to action to shoot first?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I'm spending me some threat, and that's not how quick to action works. And I need. Here it is. And I do have a focus. There we go. And he hits. And, frick. What are, disruptors are damage 3? Is that right? What's the damage on a disruptor pistol again? Someone?
I'll look it up for you.
3 and vicious 1.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 5 damage.
Oof.
Gonna take that, you gonna spend your determination to stay in it?
So how does that work with damage? It's the first time I've ever actually been hit.
If you if you take 5 or more, you take an injury, which puts you pretty much down and out until for somebody first aids you, or you can
Okay.
spend a determination to avoid the injury, so you're still up and moving around, but you still take the stress.
Okay. I will be determined then. With
Yeah. Okay, so you
being
spend
a
your
freedom fighter.
Yep,
value.
spend your determination. It doesn't have to be tied to a value.
Okay.
You just do it. So you avoid an injury. Your next injury will be lethal.
Great.
It's okay. I'm here and I'm rolling real great tonight, so it'll be fine.
Now it's your turn.
Dead man. All right, so I would like to. It's my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I would like to fire my Type 2 phaser with charge.
Mm-hmm. Give me a control security difficulty 2 roll.
Okay. Can I get a momentum by chance?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Velok, could you keep track of them?
Yep, we're down to 1 then.
Now we're back up.
Oh, nice. Yep.
God's sake.
And I'll use my untapped potential since we did use momentum. Up.
And you got it back.
Oh. And you can get a threat.
Or, oh, I do get a threat, don't I?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And what was the difficulty on that? Sorry.
It's 2.
Gotcha.
So now roll your phaser.
All right.
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's down.
And what does the charge do? I forget.
I think it lets you get more damage. Honestly, at this point, it does not matter.
I was gonna say it's not gonna matter at this point.
Yeah.
You just wiped him out.
Vaporize his ass.
So are you gonna check him out?
Yes, I will approach cautiously.
Alright. Guy's lying there, seems to be a young Romulan male, maybe in his late 20s, mid 30s.
So I'll immediately kick the his disruptor away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Give me an insight security check, difficulty 2, now that we're out of combat.
okay. Insight, security, 2.
Not quite.
Okay. I'll say with the 1 success, the one thing you're able to figure right off the top is that this guy is covered head to toe in explosives.
Ooh.
Like grenades, mines, all kinds of explosive ordnance.
Can I signal our ship and say lock on? I'll put my little communicator on him, lock on to my signal, and beam it in as energy into space.
Wait, did straight up kill him?
He's a suicide bomber.
No, I thought he meant he had like grenades and not like charged on him, but like.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. He's just got a bunch. Yes, he has a bunch of explosive ordnance on him. It's
I
not
thought he was,
armed.
like, booby trapped. So
No, it's not armed. it's just he had like a bunch of grenades and mines.
Oh, okay.
So
I
now
thought
we have a bunch of grenades and mines.
Yeah, so I definitely want to start like unloading this guy's weaponry and like putting it in my pockets and.
Or just generally keeping it away from him.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But,
On your end, Doctor, I'd like you to make me a control medicine check, difficulty 2.
All right, I'm gonna take some. How are we on momentum?
We've got 4. It's no problem.
Okay, I'd like to do that so I can have an extra die and use cautious.
Oh yes.
Let me re-roll that 1 die.
Mm.
Oh well, at least I got it.
Yep.
And in fact, with that, I'll also give you I'll spend one of the Fleming's crew support. Can you roll a die with a 14? Just something with
I can do that.
Yeah, something with a 14 on it.
Okay. Just one?
Mhm.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, the ship's doctor also helps you. The Fleming's
Nice.
doctor also gives you some help. And
All right, we get momentum back.
slowly, with her help, you manage to get some of these people on their feet, and they're getting out of the danger zone.
Very good. Continue treating the wounded and getting them moving. All that good stuff.
And with that, shortly after, the ship comes off of red alert. As and I think what we're gonna keep this is we're gonna move into the next scene. And it is with the again still at the edge of this minefield, the Hadfield off to the side, the
Fleming.
the Fleming. I kept like just about to say Lemming. I was like the USS Lemming. No, no. It has this small the small Romulan scout craft in its tractor beam, and what I think I'd like to do is I'd like the captain of the Fleming to have a meeting with the commander. And I think he'll bring along Vogel with him.
Hey.
And he is going to sit down with the commander in the ready room. So I'll pop us over to that map.
Looks like Jacoby's computer
Died.
died briefly.
Ugh, well, I kind of need him for this last scene.
He said I'll be back on momentarily.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry about this, guys. I feel really bad about this.
That's what
shit
happens when the dice gods say "screw your story." Like, it happens.
Yeah. Let me set up some ambiance so that there's at least some
Like that.
ambiance.
Yep, that's why you have to always have that Romulan saboteur in the back pocket.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
you have that screen in real.
Oh well, and the other thing was, and this is also something that's not quite my fault. I planned on having a lot more time to run out that stuff with you guys. You guys spent a lot more time talking to the crew of the Fleming than I thought you would.
I wonder why.
You guys stretched that out a lot longer than I thought you would.
Damned if they're coming into my sick bay and getting my shit without.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Jacoby.
I am so sorry. Like I said, my PC took a swan dive off a cliff.
Okay, so we're gonna have this sort of last scene, and I kind of needed you for it. So,
Good timing for me, I guess.
okay, so we're in your ready room, and I have the captain of the Fleming and Vogel there.
Okay. Wait, first brief me before we start. How did things go?
Oh, we're good. Gigi knocked out the Romulan there, and Doc helped fix everybody up. So now we're just kind of where we are at the end.
Yep. Yeah, I actually made a roll. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The so the
I used the sensors and everything.
Yeah. Again, I was gonna have a lot more for the science officer to do in helping them plot their way out of that minefield.
Oh
Minefield.
no, what do you thought? That was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Can I
Oh
keep
yes,
all these
we're not throwing shade at you. I just couldn't make a roll all night till this last one.
Yeah.
Well, now
They're
we don't have to
invited.
worry about tech that you kept too. So
So, yeah. So the so the captain of the Fleming is sitting with you in the ready room. Vogel's there. He says, "Now, sure, after everything that's going on, you are wondering what all of this is about."
I guess you could say that, Captain.
We didn't want to bring you into this. You are a deep space scientific vessel. The Fleming is an intelligence craft. We serve two very different functions, and we wanted to keep that separate. But as things stand right now, I don't think that's going to be an option. You've been dragged into a power game. Something bigger than yourself.
Between the Romulan Empire and the Federation, Captain?
Indeed.
Captain, that we've been in this power game since we were assaulted by the Daredex class warbirds just off the Black Site. It's been going on for longer than you can imagine.
Oh no, we are aware. You see, Commander, what we hoped to do today was wipe you clean of the need to deal with this. This was all for your benefit.
I guess now we're stuck into it, huh?
That you are. But now that you are stuck into it, I can divulge some details.
Listen.
The USS Fleming is a Starfleet counterintelligence vessel set to work against a specific group within the Tal Shiar.
This same group that Dr. Red was supposed to tell you guys about, correct?
Agree. Indeed. The Tal Shiar Scientific Asset Procurement Division. However, Starfleet Intelligence has come up with their own code name for them, and he looks at Vogel. You do have the name.
Oh.
You do have the name. It's in the PMs that I've been sending you.
Yeah. I believe the code name is Spectrum. Spectrum. That's pronunciation.
A goddamn cable company.
Oh, I was thinking a health company.
No.
I'd amazed it wasn't Comcast.
Of course, they have their own individual name within the Tal Shiar, something that we haven't been able to crack quite yet. But for now, we operate with this code name within Starfleet Intelligence.
I see. And like you yourself said, we're stuck right in the middle of it right now.
Agreed. This group is one that's been around for quite a while as far as Starfleet Intelligence is concerned, at least 100 years old, but they've always been a specter. But now they're making moves, right here in the Shackleton Expanse. You've already met their leader.
Let me guess. Commander...
Operative.
what's her name?
Sarima.
No. That's... We don't know the name. All we know is the code name. Operative Black.
And tell me, Captain, does this have anything to do with terror attacks aboard ships in the Federation?
Indeed it does. A mere week ago, the USS Everest was found in a bit of a dicey situation at the border at in the neutral zone. At the end, they managed to capture one of these operatives from the Spectrum group. An operative Gold.
Let's see. So, we're essentially chasing ghosts, Commander.
Indeed. We don't know how many of them there are. But, and he reaches into his coat pocket and he takes out a small triangular piece of plastic looking like, and he sets it down. It's a small orange piece. He says, "We know they're out there."
Then, Captain, let's get to catching them.
Agreed. Now, as things stand, the Fleming has its own missions to take care of, other assets that we have to protect. But I am leaving someone with you to keep an eye on things. Vogel?
Yes?
Until this situation is resolved, you're to work with the crew of the Hadfield.
And she looks at the captain rather puzzledly and says, "Aye, sir?"
Of course,
Welcome aboard.
course, once this matter is resolved, you will be returning to us. It seems that this will be sooner rather than later. It looks like Spectrum has stepped up their timetable. We weren't expecting another move out of them for at least another week. We'll have more information for you soon to come, but you need to be prepared. You've stepped into a dangerous game, Commander.
Danger's my middle name, Captain. Let's get to work.
And that is where we're gonna end the episode for tonight.
Cool. And there were the
all around.
Spectrum was the Tal Shiar Scientific Procurement. What was it again?
Tal Shiar Scientific Asset Procurement Division, I believe I gave. It is the Tal Shiar Scientific Asset Procurement Division. And I'm going to stop the stream here.